To see you guys. Come on in. It's Kirsten Liebelt. Jump on into the live. I'm so excited to have you guys with today again. We have done this Monday through Friday at 11 for 2 years now. So come on in and join the party. The party's already going on. You might as well get comfortable. So I always say grab your coffee, grab your tea. I've always got my water with me with my little aminos and all the good stuff. So grab whatever you're drinking and just take a second for yourself. Okay. I get really excited about this all the time. I'm never not excited about doing this. I'm just not. So if you do not know who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt. How you doing? It's good to see you. I'm in Minnesota. I'm sure you could already tell by the way that I talk, Minnesota. And I was born and raised here. I was raised by an Italian dad who had type 2 diabetes, and he died at 63. And that was super common in my Italian family, lots of obesity, lots of type 2 diabetes. And so every day we come here and we talk about insulin resistance and how it's drastically affecting your body. It's not just about the weight loss, although that is the most frustrating part for all of us. We're like, what the heck with the belly fat, man? But there are so many other dangers that are underneath. So for instance, now today, this is exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about visceral fat and insulin resistance. And it's that fat that's underneath your muffin top. We're going to do that. I'm going to talk to you about how we have a 5-day challenge going on that's free in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. How today's day 2. I'm going to talk to you about the total body reset, how you can target your supplementation instead of grabbing stuff at every drugstore and mart and whatever and feeling like you're just flushing money down the toilet, but how you can actually get results. And I have one of the best testimonies that I just got in this morning. So you're going to want to stick around for that. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sending me your testimonies. Does anybody want to see the picture on my phone? I wasn't meaning to do this, but I just opened up my phone and this is my screenshot. And just to let you know, this is the screenshot for, is it the wallpaper, the screenshot, whatever. This is my husband's too. So this is my little Petunia, Gianna Lynn. So she was born January 30th. Okay, there we go. All right, let's move on with the world. Oh, she makes me so happy. Oh, it's not hard to work when you're working for your babies. Good morning, Sue. Good to see you. Good morning, Marla. Good morning, Jody. Oh, it's so good to see you, Frances. Good morning. You're on the live today. Well, you're on a streak, Frances. That's fantastic. You're celebrating 46 years in the family of God. Does it mean, Peggy, that you were saved 46 years ago? Is that what you're saying? Good morning, Magda. Oh, Magda's in the house. Happy Tuesday, Magda. Good to see you. Good morning, Geraldine. Oh, you guys, this is a party. Oh my goodness. Let's just all, I don't know. Let's just get all of our little coffees and sit down and snuggle in for a minute. So good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So I want to jump into some content, but I don't want to forget to say, if you set an alarm on your phone for 1 p.m. Central, and I'm going to do food ingredient trade-outs inside of the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. If you have never been in there, you just place your email, tell them Kirsten sent you. I'll put this up at the top of the scroll thingamajigger on Facebook and YouTube. Get in there. And we're going to, I think the important piece of that puzzle for me is that being Italian, I'm able to kind of share with you a little bit of how my brain had to change, but yet then how I view now changing out the pantry. I have my own strategy and thought process that I like to just give away to you guys. And then tomorrow we'll do an actual tour. So yes. Happy Tuesday, Marilyn. Oh, Peggy, that's fantastic. Good for you. So March 3rd of 1980. What a good day that was, right? That is so awesome. You're come to Jesus Day. Marilyn, good morning. So you're watching the hail come down, New York. Ooh, hail. Crazy pants. We actually are super benign here in Minnesota. We're actually not really doing too much. Tomorrow is my mama's birthday. So she passed away at 94. But I always have to think in my head, it was weird. Yesterday, I was like, I was feeling like, oh man, I'm really thinking about my mom lately. And I was like, oh, her birthday's coming up. That's what it is. Anyway, all right. So let's jump on in. Shannon, you made it. Judy, good morning, Judy. Good to see you. Golly, everybody's here on a Tuesday. Usually it's Wednesday. It seems like that everybody shows up, but that's great. I love that a lot. All right. So most women think that they need to lose weight, and we all want to lose weight. We get that. Okay. It's it's an oddity if you are insulin resistant and you're skinny. It happens for sure. You can be skinny and insulin resistant, but it's just that it's more frequent that we have weight to lose. And that's kind of how that goes. The real issue is the fat that you can't see. It's not the weight. Remember, I always talk to you about, you can lose weight. You can get on the scale and you can be like, oh, yay. And if that weight would tell you, oh, you lost so many pounds of water, you lost so many pounds of inflammation, you lost so many pounds of muscle, you lost so many pounds of impacted waste, it's the fat that we really want to get to. Okay. It's the fat. So the fat wrapped around your organs, it's quietly driving your insulin resistance, your inflammation, and your stubborn midlife belly. That's what is our roller coaster. And that's why we connect with each other so much, because we all know what it's like to have that midlife belly. And we're like, what happened? And we're not, excited about it, right? But let me show you what's actually happening inside of your belly. Okay. So there's an outer layer that's called your subcutaneous fat. So muffin top, and you've got something that you can squeeze like above your waistband, right? Like your jeans are too tight. You've got that muffin top. That's just your subcutaneous layer. That's like of no concern, right? I mean, it's frustrating, but whatever. That's the pinchable fat that's underneath your skin. But now if you look deeper than that, there's a darker fat that's wrapped around your liver and your intestine. And so your liver is right here up underneath your right boob, basically. That, your liver and your intestine, it's a darker fat. And you can't see it. That's visceral fat. This is the one that's causing the metabolic chaos. And if we don't deal with the metabolic chaos, you don't ever get to the goals that you're looking for. It's why I talk about, when I do get to the total body reset, we'll talk about that in a minute. Half of it is for your liver. 50% of it is for your liver for that reason, right? So subcutaneous fat, that's storage. This fat is hormonally active tissue. It's kind of like, sonar on a submarine. You're just going boop, boop, boop. It's like alive. It's alive fat. Isn't that crazy? It releases inflammatory chemicals. It increases your insulin resistance, and it interferes with your liver function. And if you have a sluggish liver, you can't burn fat. And if you have high insulin, you can't burn fat. And so you have to bark up the proper tree to get the results that you're looking for. Okay. This is where this testimony comes in from this morning. So she sends me, she's been on the total body reset for 4 months. She sends me this information, and this is connected to her liver. So her A1C went from, in 4 months, it has gone from a 6.2 down to a 5.6. And her liver is in normal range. Her triglycerides are in normal range. And these are her numbers. Her triglycerides were 160, now they're 140. Her ALT on her liver was 43, and now it's below 40. Do you understand? She's getting labs that are showing her what's happening with her visceral fat. The fat that you can't pinch. That is really good news. So 4 months, her A1C went from a 6.2 to a 5.6. Her triglycerides were 160, now they're 140. Her ALT was 43, and now it's below 40. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking to you about dealing with things like to help your liver. Remember yesterday when we talked about estrogen, and when you have estrogen decline, basically you have your liver is taking a burden of trying to convert glucose. And so that's how this is all happening. It's like there's this domino watershed moment in your body. And it's all like landing in and around your liver, your intestines, your organs. And this is where we end up with so many issues. And I just saw, in fact, if you go to my stories, you'll see I just shared a bunch of information from, I think it was Dr. Jockers. Is that who that was? Let me just double check and make sure it was him. I think it was. It was, yep, Dr. Jockers. So Dr. David Jockers on visceral fat. Okay. So, and some of this information is coming directly from that, just to let you know. So there's a liver and an insulin loop. So let's kind of connect this. So women in menopause, when insulin is high, the liver converts excess glucose into fat. The fat gets stored in the liver. The liver starts pushing fat outward into the abdominal cavity. Visceral fat increases. Visceral fat makes insulin resistance worse. Like, this is your journey. This is the way that the body reacts. This is why this is not a character flaw. Your belly fat isn't an indictment on you as a person. It's not judging you. It's not nothing. It literally is, oh, if you could just kind of do this, like step out of yourself for a minute and go, so if the liver converts excess glucose into fat, and then that fat gets stored in my liver, and then the liver starts pushing outward into the abdominal cavity, and visceral fat increases, and then visceral fat makes my insulin resistance worse, I just have to like stop that cycle. I have to intercept that cycle. So this isn't about me being a lame loser and not being able to like stick to a diet to save my life. This is actually a biological conversation. This is a root cause wellness conversation. This is an internal conversation. I actually just need to get my body to produce a different result for me. She did. She got her body to produce a different result in 4 months. Do you understand what she did? That's where I want to get. This is how simple this is. Is it easy to walk the process of changing out every ingredient and getting a new recipe and not being emotionally connected to food or eating when you're stressed? No, that's the hard part. But it's simple to understand the process of what your body is trying to accomplish. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. So it becomes a self-feeding cycle. And it's like really super frustrating, right? This is called, actually has a name, de novo lipogenesis. Your liver literally manufactures fat when insulin is elevated. You can't cardio your way out of it. So you can be skinny and be insulin resistant. You can be skinny and have a fatty liver. Cannot cardio your way out of it. So this is kind of like our main conversation today. Joan, good to see you. Susan, good morning, Susan. Good morning. I'm talking about you. Shannon, hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Oh, you guys are awesome. All right. So here we go. So have you ever noticed like your waist gets really thick, but your arms don't? Your labs changed even though your calories dropped, like, I was going to say something about that. Never mind. Your triglycerides are creeping up. Your fasting glucose is like borderline. You're like borderline pre-diabetic, right? Or pre-diabetic, almost diabetic. The pattern screams visceral fat. Okay. So menopause accelerates it because estrogen drops, insulin sensitivity declines, cortisol impact increases, your body shifts storage to the center, not because you failed, but because it's biologically changing. So everything starts to get trunk. That's the trunk conversation. That's why I get really fired up to teach you how to deal with that trunk. Because if you can deal with your trunk, you know that you're dealing with something even deeper than you thought. And you know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll tell you about I'll tell you about the total body reset, but then I'll tell you about the one product that targets the visceral fat. And maybe some of you are sitting there thinking, I want to start with just that one. That's okay. That's an option too, right? We'll talk about that. I can even send you my girlfriend was talking last night about doing this, and I've got these too. I have measuring things. I've sent these out before. Anyway, we'll talk about that in just a minute. That's a very good idea. We've done that before. And then you guys measure and then you send really amazing, like losing inches and stuff like that. So visceral fat is strongly associated with, here we go. Here's the list. type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high triglycerides, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This is like the trunk of the tree is insulin resistance. Even women at normal weight can have high visceral fat. This is sometimes called TOFI, thin outside, fat inside. Thin outside, fat inside. All right. So calorie cutting alone doesn't target chronic high insulin, liver fat production, stress-driven central fat storage. Calorie counting does not address these things, right? So if your insulin is going to stay elevated, your body stays in storage mode. Fat burning requires low enough insulin to unlock stored fat. This is why I'm constantly talking to you about you got to get down your insulin, because if you have high insulin, you can't burn fat, and that's a hormone. It's a fat storing hormone. And you've got to get your liver production up, because if you have a sluggish liver, you can't burn fat, right? So fat burning requires low enough insulin in order to burn your fat. Remember yesterday, and I touched on it briefly, if you are constantly eating too many natural sugars, if you are constantly having your moments of, well, just a little bit of this and just a little bit of that, and you're blocking your own fat storage. It's a biological conversation. It's not an indictment on you as a person, but you have to stop the cycle. You got to stop what got you into the pickle to begin with. Okay? Letting you know that. It's metabolic physiology. That's what we're dealing with. Okay. So we talk in this room, in this group coaching, we talk lowering your insulin, supporting your liver function, improving your gut signaling, and reducing your inflammation. Like, these are the things that you bring them together, and then you can have results like she's having, right? Just telling you, you change your labs, you change your meds, you change your how many doctor's appointments you have on the books, you change how you're feeling, you change your exhaustion, you change your sleep, you change your bloating, you change your belly fat storage, you change the way that you're having to buy jeans, you're changing the way that you feel in pictures, it goes on and on and on. You're changing how much energy you have to keep up with your grandbabies. It changes everything. It touches your entire life, because you've heard it said before, somebody who is healthy wants everything. They want everything. They have a list a mile long of all of their dreams and desires. I want this house. I want this car. I want to go on this vacation. I want this much in my savings account. I want this kind of a marriage. I want blah, 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 blah. But the person who is chronically sick actually only wants one thing, and that is to be healthy and to feel good. So if you're on your way to feeling good, that should give you hope. And if you do feel good now, like if you're feeling better than you have in a very long time, many of you have said that to me. I've never felt this good. It's been years since I felt this good, because you are finally addressing insulin, liver, and inflammation. It's like, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I forgot I used to feel like this, because it was the frog in the pot. Just that slow turning up the heat, turning up the inflammation, turning up the aches and the pains and the not feeling good. And then all of a sudden you start introducing meds into the picture. And now you have side effects of meds that maybe you've just gotten used to. Again, like another layer of my new normal is, you can begin to kind of back out of that. That's what I want you to do. I want you to back out of insulin resistance land, back out of all of the meds, etc. Okay, that's how this goes. So you can take super clear actions like right now that don't cost you anything. Like, you can just be super whatever normal and just be like, okay, I'm going to increase my protein. That doesn't spike my sugars. I'm going to eat things like meat and eggs and Greek yogurt that's unsweetened. I'm going to sweeten it myself and add some berries and whatever. I'm going to, stop eating starchy vegetables. I'm going to stop getting my protein from legumes and grains because I'm insulin resistant and I have to change that. You can make that choice right away. And all of a sudden you will feed into the reality that you are stabilizing your blood sugar. Okay. You can start right now, any kind of resistance training. Some of you even do it like at your sinks, where you hold on to your sink, and you can be doing squats at your sink. You could be doing chair, like just sit down, barely touch your butt to the chair and get right back up again. And then barely touch your butt to the chair and get right back up again. And you can be doing things like that so that you're strengthening your quads, you're strengthening your legs, because you want muscle that will soak up any glucose, and you want strength and you want stability, right? If you can dial in on your sleep, you're going to improve your insulin sensitivity, fix your sleep, get yourself an eye mask. We gave those away for qualifying orders during the sleep master class. I sent those out to you guys. I've got the exact same mask. I love it. Get yourself a sleep mask. Do the good things that you need to do to support good sleep. If you didn't see that master class, get into the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. It's pinned at the top of the group. It'll be there. We're going to download it and edit it and get it to you, or get it back into the group so it doesn't get deleted. But that's where it is right now. Reduce your added sugars, which is going to lower your fat production in your liver. Like, this is huge. You got to stop the sugar cycle because of your liver, right? Stress reduction, deal with your stress, get your cortisol down so that you're not driving more fat storage. Those are all super clear, super like streamlined thought process and things that we talk about all the time. But visceral fat also increases, it's called aromatase activity. I don't know if anybody's heard about that before, but it alters your hormone balance by converting androgens into estrogen. And this is where I feel like we don't understand, by not dealing with our liver and not dealing with the visceral fat, not dealing with what's going on inside. I'm telling you, we don't understand the hormonal fallout that is taking place. So the more visceral fat that you have, the more hormone imbalance that you can experience. And this is the fat that's dark and it's underneath your muffin top. It's not the fat that you can pinch. Okay. So again, dealing with your liver and focusing on your liver is like super important. Okay. So you guys, it's not like a willpower problem. It's actually not. It's a changing your mindset to a function conversation. Changing your mind. Good morning, Jackie. Good to see you. Changing your mindset to a function conversation. I need my body to actually function differently. Okay. That's what you're trying to accomplish. Hold on. I'm going to take that off of there. So again, I'm just going to keep telling on you here, Susan. So her testimony in the last 4 months of doing the total body reset, her A1C went from a 6.2 down to a 5.6. Her triglycerides were 160, now they're 140. Her ALT on her liver was 43, now it's 40 for her enzymes. And that is huge, because basically now what they've said is your liver is in normal range, your triglycerides are in normal range, your A1C is down. I mean, that is tremendous. And it doesn't have to take you forever, but it does take intentional progression, right? So I'm going to talk to you about the total body reset. Anybody who wants to be, like you guys have, some of you watch me forever. You watch me on the outskirts. You watch me in the gallery. And if you've been thinking about wanting to pull the trigger on the total body reset, do it while I'm live. Do this while I'm live, because I'm sending out to new customers. I've already been shipping new customers that make your first order for the total body reset while I'm live. I will send you a bottle of the glucose product for free out of my inventory. And I'm doing it because they are discontinuing and reformulating in April, that one product. And I love this product so much, you have no idea. I've used this product for so many years. I'm excited for the reformulation, but I've used it for so many years, and I have sold hundreds and hundreds. I wonder if I've sold thousands of bottles, thousands. I've sold so much because I love this product very, very much. I do have a backup. I'm probably going to tell you guys about it pretty soon. I'm just testing it. It's the third one that I've tested. It usually takes me a minute to find what I'm looking for to replace things for you guys. And it'll be on Amazon. It'll be a little bit more expensive. It'll be $31 instead of $26. And so you're going to want to, if you are already using the Total Body Reset, stock up. Just add. But if you're a brand new customer and you order when I'm on live, I'm going to send you, you're going to get a bottle, and then I'm going to send you a bottle so that you have a backup before you transition. Because I want you guys to just not feel like a rug got pulled out from underneath you. That's important to me. Any hoodle. So there, I'm going to put that up there. So my website is kirstenliebelt.com, and the Total Body Reset is right there. But I'm going to go over it so you know, even like, what the heck are you talking about, lady? What are you talking about? Well, this is what she was doing over the last 4 months, right? And so when you target, oh my gosh, you guys, liver, you have to help your liver. Your liver is what's taking the brunt of your insulin resistance. And when your liver is sluggish, you will never burn fat, and you'll just hit your head against a brick wall over and over and over again. And it's just too frustrating. And then your labs don't change, and you just feel like a loser, and all those things. Frustrating. And then you get put on another script, whatever. So when I basically started my journey, I was 50 years old. I was a 2X in size, and I had never lost weight and kept it off in my entire life, literally ever. And it was not until I addressed my insulin resistance, my own high insulin, my own liver sluggishness, that I was able to start to lose weight. And so I ended up losing 3 sizes. I was a 2X. I lost 3 sizes in my 50s. And I've kept it off. And that's like the biggest part of the story, is that I kind of feel like I have a key to understanding. And every day it's like, I just want so badly for somebody else to raise their hand and say, I think I hear you. I think I hear the key you're trying to hand me. I think I see it. I think I can understand what you're saying, because then you will then get your journey and you'll get your own results, and you'll be like, holy crap. Like, they didn't tell me this at the doctor's office on the wall. I always say that if they would have a poster in the doctor's waiting room telling you this stuff, hey lady, if you'd get your insulin down and your liver functioning, you actually burn fat again. Nobody's going to tell you that ever, you know? And it's like, so I know every day people see my content, and it's like, I just want people to have eyes to see and ears to hear. So when I was that size, when that was me, oofta, never going back to that hairdo again either, by the way. Okay, never mind. Just don't pay any attention to those things, those details. Just let them slide right by. No big deal. 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. Okay. In the Total Body Reset, unless you're on the West Coast, and then I have to talk to you about stuff, because this is already out of stock on the West Coast. But this is going away in April. They're going to reformulate. Don't worry. If you purchase, you're a brand new customer while I'm live, I'll send you another free bottle. Okay. But this is where I started. I didn't even know how to be a supplementer. I didn't even know how to like have a routine or be disciplined or like repetitive, or I didn't do any of that stuff. But that's where I started, because I didn't want to do it with my foods first. That's why I love teaching foods in the group, which I'll do today at 1. And then there is the gut primer. And if you need a 9-minute video of me explaining this, it's on my site. It's on kirstenliebelt.com, and I will physically show you that in just a minute, okay? I will physically show you that in 2 seconds. I just pulled it up because I go fast. I talk fast. I don't know if that's a Minnesota thing, but whatever. So a gut primer, this is a very comprehensive gastrointestinal primer. Your gut gets so inflamed. Your liver gets so burdened. Your leaky gut is leaking basic, simple trace mineral nutrients. Maybe you're constipated, you have diarrhea, you lost your gallbladder, all of these things, anxiety. I have to be careful about my words, I suppose, right? But people have told me my anxiety is gone. People have told me, I'm off of my anti-sadness med. I'm just telling you, because your gut is it's like main control, right? So this is done for you completely. You would have to piece together 6 different complete blends in order to match what's in here. You'd have to, I had a lady from Australia be like, I tried. I can't find anything like this. I'm like, I know. So it's all of your greens are already fermented. It has alkaline spices, digestive enzymes, pre-postbiotics, concentrates from fruits and vegetables that are off of organic farms. It's the extracts, like it's high potency, all of those things. And so what happens then is, and I just put mine in water. It smells like green tea. I'm just not a green tea person. So I use my berry water. I have my aminos. If anybody ever needs to know about my aminos, you can just ask me. But sugar-free aminos, and I put them in here because it's muscle. It's a muscle product. That's what we need, right? So I take cold water, just about maybe this much from this finger down, ice cold water, and I put this in there and then I froth it up and I take it like a wellness shot. Kind of turmeric-y, gingery. Some of you, if you like matcha, you will love this. If you are like me and you're like, I'd prefer chocolate, which isn't a comparison, but that's just true, then you're probably going to be like, you might want to add lemon. You could add cinnamon. You can add it to your vanilla protein powder. You can do whatever you want. I just choose small amount of water, take it like a wellness shot. Okay. So that's number 4. Number 5 is the probiotic. This is a powder of 5 live strains. You have to populate your microbiome. And the last one is the visceral fat burner. So I just got done saying that if you're a brand new customer and you're grabbing all 6 of these because you want to start your journey, you're giving yourself permission for the journey. Those are the 6. This visceral fat burner, however, this is what got launched in the sports nutrition line that actually targets and changes your BMI. So it's changing your body composition. And what that means is when you measure, it would be common for after, if all you did was this, which is not getting you the full results of her testimony. So I don't want people to be confused. But if all you did was this, I would say, make sure you buy 3 boxes, go for the 90 days and measure yourself. Okay. And that's where I'll say, like, it's common to lose 1 inch. So if you measure under your boob, your waist, and your hips, results that I've been given from you to me over the last year and a half have been common for 1 inch to be gone in a month, 3 inches literally in 3 months, and over the course of a year, doing this 90 days on, 30 days off, 90 days on, 30 days off, because it's a thermogenic and you don't want your body to get used to it. 13, 14 inches. So you're literally losing this trunk area. But that's the body composition change that you're looking for. You're looking for your fat to leave from the inside and kind of like shrink up like this. Like this, like from the inside out. That's why then you kind of go like this. You go in a little bit, right? That feels really good. So if somebody, you don't even have to be, hello, Angel. Alonia. You want the free glucose health, Alonia? Well, have at it, girlfriend. You are adorable. Did you just order the Total Body Reset? You are awesome. I will get that sent out to you. I'll get that sent out to you like right away. I know this is kind of like a thought that I've had about my new customers for March because, oh, you guys, I want you to everybody stay the course and like get the results that you're looking for. So anyway, good. Way to go, Alonia. And then I will say this, anybody that wants to, like if somebody's like, I kind of don't want to do the Total Body Reset, but I do want to do something for summer. I want to do something. Grab 3 boxes of this. Now you're going to say, but Kirsten, why do I have to grab 3 boxes? I'm just going to tell you here for just a second, okay? I will mail you if you do that. If anybody places an order for 3 boxes of this, and I'm going to, also your partner and you both love the magnesium before bed too. I'm so glad. That magnesium is like the bomb diggity. It's the best. Anyway, I will mail you a measuring thing. Okay. So let me just stay on this for a second. Now, why does this matter? Because as a thermogenic, what happens is, and this came straight from the expert who came in a little over a year ago, and he taught us about this, and he was teaching us about how a thermogenic, you don't want your body to get used to it, take time off, whatever. And so we've been doing this now for a long time. You go 90 days on, 30 days off. So grab a 90-day supply, measure yourself under your boobs, your waist, and your hips, measure yourself so that you can see while you're taking that 30 days off, the difference that it made. But then also have the peace of mind in your head, like, I'm actually targeting visceral fat while I'm doing this. I'm targeting visceral fat. Like, I want you to have the most important thought process, even though you're enjoying a change in your body composition. I need to see if that is on my, does anybody have questions? Ask questions, because I'm going to make sure that I have that actually highlighted on my page, because if I don't, I'm going to turn on a little button. So you can ask questions though in the meantime if you've got any. I just love so much testimonies. You guys you have blessed me abundantly with testimonies. You've been so good, because I know that it takes time, and I know that it takes an intention for you to really be paying attention to your own journey, to measure yourself, or to track your labs, or to whatever, or to stick with something. Like, you guys stick with me for long periods of time so that you can be tracking your labs, and so that you can be like Terry. Oh my gosh. Like, I think it's all been like almost 2 years now, and she's still like using supplements and doing all the things because she doesn't want to go back. And she lost 50 pounds at 62, and then she kept it off for over a year, and she got off of a fibromed. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, and you can't discuss the importance of it enough for people. So let me see here. Where is my fat burner? Hold on. I'm going to put that on here for you. Give me 2 seconds. So my website is kirstenliebelt.com. It's my first last name, .com. And when you go there, super short, super easy. Here we go. Orange pixie stick right here. All I have to do is turn back on my button. Let's see, where did it show up? And there we go. I need that section right there. There we go. So this is what I'm going to show you then. So when you go to my website, kirstenliebelt.com, and here I'll show it to you on Instagram just quickly, just in case, because you guys don't see it like they do see it on Facebook. I'm so glad you love the magnesium Alonia. That's so cute. So this is what it looks like. There's my face. Total body reset is right there. Button number 2. There's a 9-minute video that explains it better than I can right here. And then right here above my picture, right there, you'll see that little orange. I'll show it to Facebook first. There's an orange right there. See the orange? If you click on that, you're going to see the information on the fat burner pixie stick. And there are a few testimonials down there, but basically, literally, the claim, which has been our experience has been matching the claim: reduce visceral fat and hip and waist size. And let me tell you, that's exactly what it's doing. Okay. I just wanted to see if there was anything on there. So it's a clinical dose of an extract that they just discovered, right? So that's why it does this. Is the 90 days on and 90 days off only for the Ignite? Yes. Correct, Alonia. Thank you for asking that. So when you are doing the total body reset, the only one you're taking 30 days off on is this one. This is the only one. Take 30 days off. just that 4th month, don't order this if you're doing the total body reset. Just don't do this, okay? But for somebody who's doing only this, just grab 3 boxes. Oh, I was going to finish this. Grab 3 boxes. I will mail you on one order. I'll mail you a measuring tape, right? But then that gets you to the customer campaign. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to save the money, because when you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, any products, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be anything it can be something else. You get $75 off on your 3rd order. It is the best customer program I've seen in 15 years, by far. And you guys cash in on this. Like, you guys, this has been wildly successful of a campaign, wildly, because they're doing all of the things for you. You don't have to subscribe and save. You don't have to be on an auto ship. You might want to be on an auto ship, because like now today, I'm actually going to do a drawing. I take all of my auto ships that fire the month before, and I draw 2 names, and I send them each a full-size product. I've done that for 2 years. So, but you don't have to be on it to cash in. You don't have to. But then you also get free shipping. So 150 or more gets you everything that you're looking for, is what I'm trying to say. So if you're like, okay, well, I'm going to give something a try, and then we'll just see where I go from there. And, you know, whatever, at least if you do 3 boxes, does it get you there? Oh, am I lying to you? Oh, Kirsten, I hope I'm not lying to you. Hold on. Are we going to come up short? Not that I want things to be more expensive, because I don't. I like to have a budget too. Oh, let me see. Oh, what am I thinking? 3 boxes is only $132, so it doesn't get you up to the $150. Do you see? Today is not Monday, is it? It's Tuesday. I'm not supposed to not be able to do that on a Tuesday. It's supposed to be on a Monday. Then I could say it's a Monday. And then everybody would say, we understand, Kirsten. Okay. Well, if somebody wants to order anything with the orange pixie stick, just reach out to me and I will figure this out with you. I will. I promise. I promise. I'll make it right. I'll make it right. Either way, I'll send you a measuring tape. No matter what you do with the Ignite, I'll send you. I will. I promise. Because I don't like to make promises that I can't keep. But does anybody have any questions for today? Otherwise, what we're going to do is in the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, I'm going to jump in there at 1:00 Central. We're going to go over ingredient trade-outs, how I view food trade-outs, so that you can get the mindset on it. It is simple. It is a simple thought process. It might be a journey for you, but it's still a simple thought process. And I want to break that down for you. And then tomorrow we'll do an actual tour of my pantry and my refrigerator. And that's what we're going to do. So hello, Kathy. How are you? Did you have any questions, Kathy? Or are you good? You just saying hi? That's fantastic. That is very, very good. And yeah, I'm just excited. And if you needed to know the testimony one last time, 4 months on the total body reset, and she just sent it to me this morning. Thank you for sending it to me. Her A1C went from a 6.2 to a 5.7. Her ALT on her liver went from a 43 to under 40. And her triglycerides went from Her triglycerides went from 160 to a 140. Those are really important markers. Those are really important markers. So learn how to target your supplementation. Learn how to be specific and intentional. Learn how to trade out an ingredient, how to make a new recipe, how to actually still be a foodie and love your life, but have your labs go in the direction you need them to go in. This is not rocket science. It's not. The problem is that most programs to help you lose fat are just not designed for the insulin resistant person, period, the end. That's just the way it is. And we've never asked the question before. Is this created for an insulin resistant person? Is this going to help my liver? No. Why would we ask that? We wouldn't even know to ask it because nobody's told us to think like this. So when I started to learn these things from like Maria Emmerich and Dr. Ken Berry, etc., I learned how to ask the right questions. You got on the live a little late, but find it all very interesting. You're 63 and fighting with this weight loss. I hear you. You're trying to get my blood sugars down, so the information is always good to have on this weight loss life-changing journey. Yes, absolutely. And Kathy, you know what? You can watch the replay. You can come back tomorrow if you want to. We are here Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. The group is called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. If you want to get in there, I'll put that up here at the top. And you just place your email to get in, tell them Kirsten sent you, and I will be live there today at 1 p.m. Central. So like in an hour and 12 minutes, I will be in the group. And we will go over food ingredient trade outs. And I do this free challenge every single month. And I've done it for almost 3 years. Okay. So we have daily, then we have monthly, and then I talk about a 90-day total body reset. So that's what we're doing. And again, the testimony that just came in this morning was, and I have so many testimonies, like it's obnoxious. So just stick around with my content. You'll hear them as you go. And hers was that in the last 4 months of doing this, she lost, or her A1C went from a 6.2 to a 5.7. That is life altering for people because of the implications of bringing down your sugars, bringing down your insulin, helping your fatty liver. Don't forget the testimony of the MRI. Fatty liver went from bad to mild. Like, what? Show me one other show me a program that's doing this. Show me where somebody, and don't get me wrong, I know that there are. I'm being dramatic, but I'm just like, that's nobody's chasing labs. Like WW is not chasing labs. You know, Jenny is not chasing labs. I don't think so. If they are, then I'm not trying to be like, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, in general, if you can get down your sugars, if you can get down your insulin, if you can start dropping, you know, picking meds off one at a time. Some of you have said, I'm off 10 meds. Like, I'm listening, right? That to me is like the ultimate. So my dad died of type 2 when he was 63. I'm Italian, so much obesity and type 2 in my family. And I was gestational when I was 22 with my first baby. I should have been diabetic. So when I was 50 and I was a 2X in size, I was pre-diabetic. And when I was pre-diabetic, I had no thoughts whatsoever of ever trading out my foods. I didn't think that that was going to ever be possible for me. I literally said in my head, there were 2 times in my life that I said inside of my head, like if I had said it any louder, people around me would have heard it coming out of my head. And the sentence was, yeah, that's pretty much never going to happen. And it was about food. And then just being really transparent, and you're not in my business world, but there was a moment in business where I remember the day, I remember where I was sitting, I remember the room we were in, I remember what the person was talking about on stage, and I literally said, yeah, that's pretty much never going to happen. So that was just kind of, maybe this is my disposition. Apparently I'm not Mary Poppins inside. Anyway, so this is me. I was a 2X when I was 50 and pre-diabetic, and now I'm 61. I'm the only person in my immediate family that has avoided type 2 diabetes, and I'm not on any meds. Like, my life is super normal. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. And it's because instead of taking the route of meds and more meds like my dad did, my dad had a lot of meds. And he had so many that I always talk about, like how he had a lazy Susan full of meds. And his body just couldn't do it anymore. And so then at 63, he was gone. His heart just gave out. And that was after he spent his 50s in hospitals with hospital procedures and emergency this and emergency that, blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, I'm not going to do that. And I did not have grandbabies yet at the time, but I knew they would come. And they did. Sounds great, Kathy. Rose, no problem. What about seasonal allergies? What can you recommend? You know what, Sue? I actually have on the website, go look up ClearGuard. Look up ClearGuard. I have a lot of people on our business team that swear by that. See what you think about that. That's a good one. And also you could do, I'm trying to think. I'll have to ask some questions. I was thinking maybe the zinc and holy basil, but I'm not positive. I take the zinc and holy basil every night before I go to bed. That's just for immunity and stuff. And I like holy basil as an adaptogenic herb. I'm trying to remember if they were if they were adding the ClearGuard with the zinc and holy basil. It might have just been, just look up the ClearGuard. See what you think about that. A lot of people, maybe it was, you know what, it was probably the ClearGuard and the vitamin C, maybe. The vitamin C is spectacular. I never talk about this stuff when I'm on live with you guys. But I will tell you why the vitamin C is so amazing. Oftentimes we buy vitamin C in the really cheap forms. The acerola cherry, which you probably have never heard of an acerola cherry. I certainly had not. The acerola cherry is one of the highest and most potent forms of vitamin C. The kiwi is also actually one of the most highest forms of vitamin C, FYI. I don't eat a lot of kiwi because they're really high in sugar. That's not the point. But when the acerola cherry is harvested and they are green, they're at their highest of potency. That's where this vitamin C comes from. It's actually why I oftentimes will mail out, I think I'm doing it this month. For my auto ships, I'm mailing out 2 vitamin C's this month on my drawing. I'll mail out 2 of them. It's time released. It's over 8 hours. It's really good. So probably it's the ClearGuard and the vitamin C. But anyway, look that up and see what you think. See what you think, because that's a good one. So I think I'm sending those out. And then another month I'll send out a couple bottles of CoQ10. And listen, girls, if you have been on a statin or you have got to replace your CoQ10. That's a big one. So any hoodle. So we'll go deeper, do a deeper dive into supplementation on Thursday in the group. And you can ask all sorts of, you can always ask questions here. That's perfect. But just to let you know that there's more free content like that for those of you who are like, I am looking for an alternative way to lose weight. I'm looking for an alternative way to get off of meds. I'm looking for an alternative way to feel better. I don't feel good because I know my sugars are high or, whatever. You may not know to say my liver is sluggish, but you're living the results of a sluggish liver. You're exhausted, you're not sleeping. And what happens is when your liver is super sluggish, you can't clear insulin. You can't clear bad estrogen, cortisol. You're just building up. You're like, oh, and you're just kind of I just don't feel good. So this is where here at 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday, come and join us, listen in. Some of you follow for 3 months, a year, you follow for a very long time. And before you ever do anything. But in the meantime, you probably make changes and you start getting results on your own. And that's a really, really good thing. And so join us here. We've done this for a couple of years. And then in the group, we will do the free 5-day challenge every month. And that's where I can spend a little bit more time, talk about food, talk about the pantry and the refrigerator, and do that deeper dive supplementation. And then we just did a masterclass in there. My friend and I did, who we were in business together, and we did it on sleep. So that's another free resource. So the whole idea is to give you literally to lay down the track for your train to go on. I'm trying to lay down a track for you, one little section at a time, so that your train can move along the track and end up in a different destination. Because you can get your body to give you a different result from the inside out. She did. Susan did. She's like, game on. After 4 months of the total body reset, my ALT is 40 instead of 43. My triglycerides, I can never remember her triglyceride numbers when she tells me that. And I don't like to give made up numbers. I like to be super accurate on that. And she said her triglyceride numbers were, here we are, 140 instead of 160, and her A1C is 5.6 instead of 6.2. That's she got her body to produce a different result. It was producing a 6.2 A1C. Now it's producing a 5.7 A1C. Okay. So you can get your body to produce something different. You just have to give yourself permission for the journey and not require your body to fix itself in 2 weeks. How do you join the 5-day group? Pamela, thank you for asking. You're a day late, but would like to start today. That's fantastic. Oh yeah. And the replay will be up in the featured section. So let me show you. For you on Instagram, because I can't put it up on top, I'm going to show you my site here. Your A1C went, Patty has been on the total body reset, and her A1C went from a 6.3 to a 5.7. That's so good. So good. God, you guys fire me up. All right. So my website, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, Pamela. This is my website, kirstenliebelt.com. I hope you can read that. KIRSTEN. It's just like the American Girl doll. And then LIE, like you lie down and you put a belt, just to screenshot it maybe. Flip it around if it's backwards. KirstenLiebelt.com. It's right up here for you guys. And this is my site. When you go on it, it's super short. It's super see, here we go. It's literally that. That's my website. Boom. That's it. So when you see my picture, total body reset is right there. Second button. There's a little burn for if you want the fat burning thing we just talked about, the pixie stick, go all the way up like this. And you're going to see a little Facebook icon right there. And when you click on that, I don't think it's going to take me there, but when you click on it, yes, it will. It took me to, you'll see March 5-day challenge. You just place your email, tell them Kirsten sent you, and you can get into the group. Okay, that's the March 5-day challenge. All right, there's 7.1 thousand women in there. Okay, and then the replays go up into the featured section. And then what happens is, and by the way, since I'm still talking, right? Anybody who's wanting to be a brand new customer and you grab the Total Body Reset while I'm live, I'm going to send you a free bottle of the Glucose Health. Just to let you know, if you didn't hear me say that before, there are people that I know wait to pull the trigger. And so I'm going to send out free gifts this month in March, because that product is going to be discontinued to get reformulated. And I want you to have more lead time before you switch over to the other one that I'm going to talk about at some point here. But that free challenge is every single month, and it's designed for you to get 1 or 2 nuggets out of it. It's designed for you to be like, okay, I think I could implement that ingredient change. And oh, that was super interesting that's how she does that. Okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you implement a few things, and then you know in your head, okay, there's going to be another one in April. So in April, I'm going to get another 1 or 2 nuggets, and it kind of pulls you along so that you can add up these successes and you can get a result. Because you have to give yourself permission and time. She didn't have her A1C move that fast. Patty didn't get her A1C to go from a 6.3 to a 5.7 overnight. It took a little bit, right? And it depends on the person and their journey and how much they're trading out their foods and how much stress they have and whether or not they're sleeping or not sleeping. Everybody has a different story, right? But that's kind of where you just have to give yourself permission for your journey. And listen, you start in March, make sure you're a registered customer. Do not check out as a guest, because then you can unlock free shipping and the customer campaign at 150 or more. And when you do 150 or more 3 months in a row, let's say you're doing March, April, May, you do 90 days. Now you're right there on the precipice of June. You've taken 90 days. She did 4 months, but 90 days. You're on the precipice of June. What else are you doing with your time? Like, what else? Why not seize your spring before summer and give yourself permission for a 90-day journey? And then what you do is you assess, and then you do another round, and then you do another 90-day round and another 90-day round until you get the results that you want to get with your body. How long did it take her? Julie, which one? Patty? So the one from this morning was 4 months. She went in 4 months. She did an A1C that went from a 6.2 to a 5.7. Her ALT on her liver went from 43 to 40. And her triglycerides went from 160 to 140. And so both her triglycerides and her liver ALT are normal range. And that was in 4 months on the total body reset. Okay. Just to let you know. And again, why is that? Because you are actually targeting your liver. You're actually targeting your gut. You're actually targeting your insulin. You're targeting the pieces that you actually need to get your body to produce a different result for you. Okay. That's what it's such a big deal. So anyway, so while Patty, it took her 6 months for her A1C. Thank you, Patty. And she went from a 6.3 to a 5.7. 6 months. Right? I know, it's like, sometimes it's hard to be like, oh, like it's going to take that long or whatever. But the truth is that, I have to move that. The time will pass no matter what. Now, I know that, okay, because even though you're down amazingly, interesting. It's only been a month. Okay, so Julie, tell me though. Julie says, thanks, because even though I am down amazingly, I want to know what that means, Julie. Do you mean weight? I want to know. Her A1C was the same, but it's only been a month-ish. So, okay. See, this helps you to see that you're in the range. Patty says, the fastest 6 months I have ever seen go by. Patty, doesn't it go? The time is going to pass anyway. It's literally going to pass anyway. You might as well just like embrace the concept that time will not slow down for anybody. Just embrace it. Be like, well, I have the same 24 hours in a day that everybody else has, so I might as well just like make use of it. Might as well go on my journey and change my health. Why not? Like everybody else is doing it. 7 pounds, first time in 10 years. Julie! That is awesome. Julie, she says, because of you, Kirsten. Oh, Julie, that is amazing. That is amazing. You're doing the total body reset, right? You're doing all of it? I think you are. That is amazing. 7 pounds, first time in 10 years. I'm just telling you, you guys. Everybody else has you focused on calories. I'm not saying they don't play a part. I'm not stupid. Everybody else has you focused on just calorie deficit, intermittent fasting. And again, if it's working for you, that's perfect. Yes. So she's on the total body reset. But this is a completely different concept. And so I'm going to say it again. While I'm live, if you are a new customer and you purchase the total body reset while we're live, I will send you a free bottle of the glucose health. It's being pulled and reformulated in April. I want to buy you another month's worth of that so that you can continue and have that backup. Okay. So I just want you to know that And my website is kirstenliebelt.com. Alonia already got her total body reset while we were sitting here. So that's very good. Thank you, Alonia. But having a completely different way that you target the body. I know that I sound like a broken record sometimes, but for all of y'all that are brand new to my content, you would never, ever, ever drive a vehicle off the lot brand new and then not go back until it said 100,000 miles and tell your mechanic, I've never changed my oil, but I want to change it today. And I expect that my vehicle will be running perfectly. He would laugh at you and go, no, it doesn't work that way. You have to change your oil like every, 3,000 miles, 6,000 miles. You would never do that, but it's the same thing with our bodies. And so sometimes it takes a minute to like shift it, but at least we're targeting the right section of your body. You have to get your liver functioning. This is just biological. If you have a sluggish liver, you won't burn fat. She just lost 7 pounds in a month. And she hasn't done that in 10 years. Boom. How old are you, Julie? Will you share that with me? And you'll be doing your blood work again at the end of April. I cannot wait to hear your blood work. That really excites me. Yeah. How old are you? I'd love to know. When your liver is sluggish, you will not burn fat, period. If your insulin is high all the time, you cannot burn fat, period. This is biological. And nobody else seems to be talking about this, at least not as much as I am, because I'm a blabbermouth. But it's because I spent my time opening up books and going, this can't possibly be true. If this was true, we would have heard about this. How could this possibly be true? Surely we would have heard about this by now. And the answer is no. She's 66. I love that. Do you see how age doesn't matter, you guys? This is not about your age. This is not about, well, you know, honey, you're just getting older. It's to be expected. BS. Not true. I finally lost 3 sizes in my 50s. And I finally, for the first time in my life, have kept them off because I understand the code. I have the code. Julie got the code. She's got the code. You got the code. You just keep going. She says, but I feel literally 45. You guys, sometimes I feel like a little braggadocious. And I don't mean to sound braggadocious, but if you had any idea of how good I feel every day. Now, I did recently like have a lower back, like my sacrum way down low, kind of like back to when I had babies. It kind of like tweaked on me and I'm like, what is going on? Because that hasn't been for years and years and years. So I went to the chiropractor yesterday and he put me back into place. So I did wake up this morning and I was like, oh, meow, meow. Because I'm like, that was a tough adjustment, right? But that's not normal, right? That's just like sometimes, you know, whatever, life is going to life, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But otherwise, like I used to travel and my ankles would swell so terribly. I would get to the hotel and I have to put my legs up against the wall just so I could enjoy the business weekend because we do a lot of traveling for our business team. I would have to put my legs up against the wall and I would just feel like trash the whole weekend. Just trash, no energy, just brain fog, just could not engage my brain, didn't feel good, all of that stuff. She said she literally feels 45. Hello, I'm 61. I've literally just begun. Like, I feel like this veil has been lifted off my life. And I'm like, oh, it's go time. Oh, okay, here we go. Because I feel so good now, right? Patty, with the 5.7, do you have to take metformin? Sue is asking. I have to be careful with that word around here. Alonia, so true about the books. I get so mad. This info is so hard to find. It's just crazy pants, Alonia. What the heck? What have we done? Patty, Sue, I was on Met and stopped about 4 years ago. Okay, there you go. Thanks for answering each other. You guys are good. You guys are good. But I'll tell you, you do not know how bad you feel until all of a sudden you get that hormone insulin to come down and you get those sugars to come down, and your liver, it's like your engine starts to rev up again, and it starts to whir, like it starts to go again. And all of a sudden, like when I talk about like the gut primer, you guys on here, as a part of the total body reset, I think that what people don't understand is that what this is doing is your liver. See, now I love this. I love the smell, and because I now so appreciate like what it's done for my body. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. When you have a sluggish liver and you have thick bile, you don't have a gallbladder, you have thick bile. You have issues. Your digestion is off. You're constipated. You think that's normal. You have acid reflux. You think that's normal. You have whatever. Your liver bile can become thinner. Fermented greens like this will help with that. And all of a sudden, you have flow that you didn't have before. And it can move your impacted waste and your toxins. And this is where all of a sudden you start to feel like it just lifts off of you. I don't know how else to explain that. And then people are like, well, I'm sleeping better and I'm all of these things. So anyway, thanks for sharing with each other. Super interesting though, isn't it? Golly, you guys, full of testimonies today. So just one last thing. If anybody's a new customer, if you're watching from the sidelines, always try to catch me live, because I'll do something while I'm live that maybe you'll want to take advantage of. If you've never tried just the fat burner and you want to do that, that's on my site on the front page there. You can do that. I'll send you a measuring tape. Yeah. So just trying to do some fun things while we're live. And also too, to make sure that the new customers are being taken care of with the reformulation of the glucose product. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to recommend now. And instead of 26, I think it's 31, anyway, just to let you know. I'm just trying to give people a heads up. So if anybody has any questions, otherwise in 45 minutes, we are going to go live in the group. And we're going to talk about ingredient trade-outs. I'm so excited. Love this day. And yeah. Otherwise, I will see you there. And tomorrow I'll be back here at 11 a.m. So for anybody that's like, okay, well, at least I want to just kind of track with you for a little while. I don't really know much about what you're talking about, but this is interesting to me. Come back at 11 tomorrow here. Set a timer on your phone and we'll chat again about insulin resistance and maybe another way that it is negatively impacting your body. Okay. So, all right. Have a good Tuesday. See all of you in the group in 45 minutes. Bye.